Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As a junior researcher, I find it a little bit too boastful for me here to advise on presentation skills in front of an informed audience, including some senior members of faculties and also experienced researchers and award-winning teachers. So perhaps what I think would be useful is for me to share some of my experience when I prepared for the 3-minute thesis competition. As academics, do we tend to communicate in a particular language that sometimes seems so alien to the general public? So my first tip is, try to make things simple and easy to understand for your audience. This may involve avoiding academic jargon, maybe replacing them with some lively and down-to-earth examples. Second tip, to be selective. Researchers may have a lot of brilliant ideas, but in front of a lay audience and with time constraint, perhaps it is wise to select those ideas that you think would sound relevant to the audience. Perhaps something that they could engage with. Third tip, learn from others. Before the competition, I watched presentations of award winners of the competition. These include presentations by medical students, engineers, psychologists, and many others, with a variety of presentation styles. So from the perspective of an audience, I can tell what works and what doesn't. Finally, practice really makes perfect. I timed my presentation, I memorized what I need to deliver, and I practice in front of a mirror. I'm sure you will nail it if you have adequate preparation. Due to time constraint, I cannot explain all these points shown on the slide, because for the next 3 minutes, I'm going to try to convince you that I have an exciting piece of research project, which is worthy for dedicating 3 years to it. So let's get the timer on, and I will share with you my research project. Right, this is the exciting bit. Okay, 5. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, China has long been called a hotbed for pirates, kingdom for counterfeit products, Gucci bags, North Face jackets, fake drugs, everything you name it. That's why when the Chinese government said, it's time for China to leapfrog technology, we have to turn pirates into innovators. A lot of people treat these ambitions with skepticism. But certainly there have been some major achievements over the past 5 decades. China developed the world's fastest supercomputer last year. Successful companies like Huawei, entrepreneurs like Jack Ma, these are leading innovators in their respective fields. I reckon a significant transition is taking place in China. Now we have a new strategy that is found less on copying, stealing other people's ideas, but more on focusing, developing innovative capacity domestically. But the question is, does such a transition occur naturally? Or is it being driven by particular interest, certain parties who are both inside and outside China? This is where my research comes in, to look at the politics surrounding China's intellectual property transition. It involves, number one, identifying the interests, the entities who play key roles in setting up rules and procedures that govern privatization of knowledge. Secondly, investigate the beneficiaries, those individuals, firms, governments, and organizations which benefit more than others with extended regulation and protection of intellectual property. Now, up to this point, maybe you're thinking, what do all these have to do with me? I don't care about how China develops in its next phase. Well, I must tell you, this is not just about China. It is about the world we're living in. it is through the lens of China's transition that we come to reflect upon how our world is organized in particular ways that meet the needs of profit-seeking entities. How competition and rivalries have extended to the realm of knowledge and ideas, and how a nation's development is subject to the many challenges of globalization. China, despite being viewed differently as unique, is no exception after all. Thank you very much.